Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, we'll be discussing the 1985 film Jagged Edge, starring Glenn Close, Jeff Bridges, Peter Coyote, and Robert Loggia. All in this film. But this film takes place at a time when you have a lot of these, whodunits, legal thrillers, and of course, obviously, you know who the killer is. And Glenn Close plays a former DA in San Francisco who reluctantly takes on a case of a wealthy guy played by Jeff Bridges who was accused of killing his wife with a jagged edge, is where they get a title from, knife. So she takes the case and she ends up falling in love with Jeff Bridges, knowing in the back of her mind that he might have done it. And of course, big surprise, major spoiler for those who never saw the movie, Jeff Bridges actually did kill his wife in this movie, and he was planning it for like 18 months, because at first you thought maybe it was this tennis pro from this other club who happened to now work in the club that Jeff Bridges' now deceased wife used to practice, play tennis matches with, and he found out that he formerly worked in another place where he used to have sex with his clients, and there was another murder, attempted murder in the same exact way in this other area where this guy used to work. So they actually put the blame on this other guy. But meanwhile, it was Jeff Bridges all along who was like a puppet master of the whole thing. And of course, the interesting thing is how they got Jeff Bridges off in the case to begin with, which I just mentioned, that blamed it on this other guy, the tennis pro, who had an affair with Jeff Bridges' wife in the film, who apparently had a habit of having sex with a whole bunch of other members of this tennis club. So they put the blame on this guy, and so of course, he had someone else that could have done it, and the DA says, it doesn't was played by Peter Coyote, was famously for playing that, he wasn't really a villain, but it was like the government agent in E.T., a couple years earlier. So he says, look, we didn't think he was a suspect because we think that Jeff Bridges is the suspect. And of course the judge didn't believe that story, neither did the jury. He said, look, he had another guy who could possibly have done it, and he didn't look at him when he looked at Jeff Bridges. And of course, but Jeff Bridges, like I just said, he actually was the one who did it. Of course, it was kind of interesting how they played like this little cat and mouse, how they figured out that it could possibly have been this other suspect. But like I said, Glenn Close kept it in the back of her mind that Jeff Bridges could have done it, because he did the same seduction thing as he did with his wife. So she figured, did he actually do it or not? And of course, at the end of the movie, after Jeff Bridges got acquitted, Glenn Close found a missing typewriter, which I should mention. There was a guy saying typed written notes by a typewriter. Remember those days, folks, when everything was written on a typewriter? To Glenn Close to say, look at this guy. Look at this guy from the club. So go check this woman out. That's because Jeff Bridges knew all this stuff, because he was the one who planned this whole thing to put the blame on this other guy. So it's very manipulative character in this film, and he was quite good in the film as well. I mean, they all were good in a way. But of course, Glenn Close says that Peter Coyote's character, the DA, he has a habit of hiding facts from another case. And after when the case was over, she got Jeff Bridges off. She told the media, said, look at this other case, and he hid evidence that could have exonerated this other guy from a previous case. That's why I quit the DA's office 4 years ago because of this case. And it told the media what case it was, and it would have exonerated this guy who later on killed himself in prison. And it's just because he hid evidence that could have exonerated this other guy who just recently killed himself. So he has a habit of hiding evidence. So Glenn Close really got even with this guy, with Peter Coyote's character in this film, even though, like I said a couple of times already, she knew in the back of her mind that Jeff Bridges was the one who actually did it. Well, guess what? She runs off a big mouth and tells Jeff Bridges, "Look, I got the typewriter that was used for all those notes you sent me. I got the typewriter. Now I'm going to have proof on you." But unfortunately, the problem is because of double jeopardy, Jeff Bridges could not be tried for either one of those cases, and found out that this tennis pro who did testify during the trial, and at one point did threaten Glenn Close's character. So you kind of figured, okay, maybe he's the one who did it. But that was just a red herring, because we all know the whole time that Jeff Bridges was the one who committed the crime. We pretty much knew the whole time. So it's not a big shock to find out at the end of the movie when the guy dressed all in black with the knife, with the Jagged Edge knife, breaks into Glenn Close's house to go and kill her. But meanwhile, Glenn Close was ready for him and had guns and shot him a couple of times. And before she delivered the fatal shot, says to him, "Look, I want to see your face." Because she knew that it was Jeff Bridges' character. "Look, I want to see your face. Take your mask off." Wouldn't take off the mask, and then of course Glenn Close ended up killing him in self-defense. And Robert Loggia, who plays the Glenn Close's private investigator for the trial, comes in the house, takes the mask off, and it was Jeff Bridges. Big surprise the whole time. And this movie was like a little more than 2 hours, and it's like it is a good legal thriller, but you pretty much knew the whole time it was Jeff Bridges who did it. I mean, you saw the ending of this movie once before, but so I knew what the ending was. That was actually Jeff Bridges the whole time, but it does throw you off the scent, but it's not a surprise. It's kind of like the ending of A Few Good Men. You know where the story was going to go. You know that Jack Nicholson was going to admit that he gave order the Corvette. Same thing in this thing. You know it was Jeff Bridges the whole time who did it, so not that much of a surprise. But if you like legal thrillers, and if you like Glenn Close in a good straight role as the heroine of this movie, instead of course, the most famous role, which was The Fatal Attraction, which came out 2 years later. She was not only was she damn good in this movie, but she was smoking hot in this film. No question that Glenn Close was smoking hot. The thing I want to know is how come Glenn Close ends up with the boy's name. That's what I want to know. But there's neither here nor there. But Glenn Close was hot in this movie. She was hotter in this movie than she was in Fatal Attraction. But believe me, she was hotter in this movie. But she did a damn good job in this film, and of course Jeff Bridges was great. All the acting was great in this film. But the problem was that you knew where, like I said already, you knew where the story was going to go. So that's my review of the movie Jagged Edge. Please click on the video, please rate it. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video on your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews not only on my YouTube channel, but at realityc.com, that's all WDY, and C.com, that's our homepage of the reality reviewer, Chris Lee Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.